Games, Brrraains A Head-Banging Life here, and we're doing a track by track for the debut album of the metalcore, thrash metal, death metal, however you call them, band Malefice. It is Entities. The album was released 20th of August 2007. This is a really, really odd subject for us nowadays, I think. There was a point where I think we would have both said we were hardcore fans of this band.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. To the point that their first two studio albums I still have in full, and still listen to songs from them relatively regularly.
Yeah.
You know.
So it wasn't just like they got bad or anything. There was a large number of things that kind of occurred, and it's irrelevant now because they're now disbanded and no longer exist. But yeah, so I'll admit, going back and re-listening to this album, it is not aged well. I found that, but we'll get into it. We begin with Empirical Proof Part 1. It's an intro, of course. Decent melody, nothing to get excited about. It's one of those intros.
Yeah, I mean, I think we might come out quite different on this album because I listened back to this album and thought it aged amazingly. It's still fantastic.
Really? Well, that's fascinating.
And you're right, it is just another one of those intros, and I don't really get this one. And there's a second part of this later on the album. I don't really get why they're there. But I do like the music itself. You know, I don't understand why it's there.
Agreed. Particularly when we go straight into Risen Through the Ashes. This was weird, right? For me, like when it came to release an album, I got really excited and was like, oh man, like certain tracks, I was like, oh, I used to love them. Risen Through the Ashes was one of them. But I found it to be so, well, not so generic, somewhat generic. Very metalcore. It's got good pace, good growly moments, but I didn't love it.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like all of it, really. I like the fact it starts kind of out of the blue, hard-hitting beats in the chorus, nice little time changes. I thought it held up quite well, too, to modern standards.
Cool.
Breakdown's okay. Loads of cool little guitar lines, which is kind of their thing anyway. I did point out, you know, it's a good song. It's not quite as good as what follows on the album, but what follows, there's some, absolutely. I'm glad you said that. You're right, because it's a fine intro, a fine starting point, headbang 2, and so on. I think if you got like 10 tracks of Risen Through the Ashes, they'd have been a band forgotten about, by me especially, very, very rapidly. And it isn't this song that I go back and play. You know what I mean? It's
agreed. Which brings us to Into a New Light. And hey, I actually like this one. I still like this one. Good drum beat, fire riffing, a little more meat to the bones of the rhythm I found. Easy to headbang to, which is metalcore. Yeah, one of my favourites as well. I like the mix of the vocals. Got a slightly cleaner edge in the choruses, which you didn't really see coming in Risen Through the Ashes. The first sort of nudge that there's a little bit more here, isn't it? Yeah. Loads of cool beats, loads of cool grooves. Drums are brilliant, really sit forward in the mix, which I like quite a lot. It's a good song. Yeah. Dreams Without Courage. For me, the saving grace for this track is the clean section and the great vocals from Justin Hill of Sixth, who once upon a time, he's not the vocalist of Sixth now or for a while, but he was once upon a time. Yeah, it was actually Justin Hill and Dan Weller, both from Sixth, who produced the album. That makes sense. Yeah, which is, I guess, why they featured a little bit in it. But for me, back in the day especially, maybe not quite so much these days, this was the first kind of I'm blown away song on the album. Really? Okay. I heard back in the day. I still like it today. I think it's really, really good. I think it showed a different side to the band, a bit more in line with the intro, and not just, here's some deathcore beats. I think there's transitions, clean vocals, obviously from Justin, solo, plenty of heaviness still. It's good quality metal. Cool. History repeats then. I wrote 2 words. Really generic. As always, I wrote more than 2 words.
That's my thing. I think this is another really good song. I really like this one. Nice and heavy. Those are neat little touches though. I like the fact that it's the first song really that actually had some gang vocals in it, which is quite a thing for metalcore, wasn't it? Metalcore and deathcore. It's got some groove, like it's really, really good things. I think the guitars are really fun. But there's actually like a load of really cool guitar lines, but you have to fucking stretch to hear them. They're so far back in the mix.
This album overall, must notice, it loves its bass.
The bass and the drums. It's like it's all about hitting you hard with that beat in it.
Yeah.
But actually, when you get through to the guitars are fucking great.
There are some fucking phenomenal riffs, So yeah. All right, here we go then. The track that got me into Malefice back in the day. This was the track I heard off a free CD by a certain famous magazine, and I love this track in the day. I still love it. I still love it. It's still great.
Surely still like this song.
It's Traded to All You Know. It's fantastic. The melodic build, the eruption of drums, guitars, the aggressive roars, the violent jabs, everything still works fucking here. This is a banger.
Yeah, I agree. I forgetting about who it's from, forgetting about the band, forgetting about that, I think in terms of metal songs, this is a bit of a masterpiece. There's everything about this song I like. I like the acoustic intro. I like the way it drops in. Guitars are great. Drums are great. It just oozes class. I think it's a classy song. I really do.
I 100% agree. And we continue that classiness into the excellent Horizon Burns. I'm a big fan of the rolling drum, double pedal drumming going on here. The fact we get a lower tempo, a slower pace, and a very vocal style as well. Nice variety, very strong.
Yeah, this is my jam, man. This song. As much as I think Traded to All You Know is a masterpiece, I wouldn't say this song got me into him, because actually it was a song from the next
Entities
album.
Not Entities. Dawn of Reprisal.
Dawn of Reprisal. Yeah, the last song, Hatred Justified.
That's it.
But this song, I think it's just fantastic, and I just think, I wrote it gets better and better. Wow, what a song! Shows the side that the band had kind of hidden so far on the album. It's dark. I love the whisper verses that the chorus makes the chorus sound even heavier. And then I wrote, I think this song should be applauded. We should all stand up and applaud them. And I did actually point out, I wrote, it's the band's second best song that they created.
There you go. Wicked. All right, Empirical Proof Part 2. You already mentioned it. You already said at the start when we talked about Part 1. It's melody leading to a rougher and tougher slice of metal. It's fine.
Yeah. Again, yeah, it's like, I like the music. I just don't necessarily understand why it's there. And it also, like a lot of these intermissions, it sits in a weird place where it's slightly too long for an interlude and slightly too short for an instrumental.
Yeah.
And, it doesn't quite fit,
Yeah, that's a fair way of putting it. As Skies Turn Black, groovy riffs, tighter rhythm passages, but mostly unmemorable for me. Not exactly amazing metalcore.
Oh man!
Really? Really? Oh shit!
I like this song so much. I even started off my little essay that I write for every song with "Boom, boom." Love this track. Brings the fury back in style. Verses are great. Gang vocal led choruses the shit. The switch up in the second verse is wicked. I like how it stops suddenly, goes into a bit different passage. The drums again are excellent. I love the guitars. Stylish, clever, and shows how good this band were meant to be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shit, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm overjoyed that you get so much from it. And it's incredible that we, it's, well, I'm just like, oh, yeah, it's all right. It's a metalcore song. And you're like that. It's fucking incredible. That's taste for you people. That is what happens with music.
Yeah, I'm right.
Well, I was about to say, and we don't call each other cunts for having such different opinions, but then you added that part.
I didn't call you a cunt, which is all right. Hey, to be fair, it's your fault. You got me into Malefice.
Oh, God. Nothing left. I love the jerky, techie style of guitars here. This is some where almost I felt like the guitarist went, yeah, we want to show off a little bit more what we can do that's beyond the go. It's the only thing really of note of it, but it's something that stood out for me.
Yeah, we got like we've gone kind of haywire here. We're out of sync.
Is it? Oh shit.
Yeah. No, like in terms of our opinions, I agree with you about the guitar thing. Like, you know, it's like, hey, I have a moment, you know, sort of. But for me, and I think this is because I liked the previous song so much, whereas you didn't. So I put down, it's not really one of my favorites. I find it a bit formulaic. I think it was maybe hurt by following such a strong middle of an album. I don't think it's bad in any way whatsoever. You know, it's not a bad song, but it also doesn't really stand out on an album with many, many better songs on it.
Yeah, so you've gone for something you fucking love to this. Well, I've gone the opposite way of something that I think all right, and to this, yeah. All right, penultimate track, A World Deceased. Now, one thing I took from this was like, why is this not the finale? It seems like it should be a finale with the morose melody that it takes at the first minute. Then we get more of the same Malefice style metalcore, but it's good metalcore. Got lots of punch, plenty of energy. If this is a good finale, it's a good track.
Yeah, it is. It's a good song. A damn fine song. I wrote like I suddenly became from Texas.
Song.
I like it. It's a bit more creative. It's got some nice melody going on, backing atmospherics, which is nice. Again, something that they weren't really using a lot in the album up until this point. Explosive riff, like the chorus. Like how the chorus kind of grows into a cleaner line than the second time round. It's a good song. Yeah, I agree with you. It would have been a good ending, actually. Yeah.
It would have been, because Bringer of War, the finale, should have been cut. There's nothing going on here beyond we can play heavy, and that's it. I don't care for this. It's boring.
Well, I quite like it. I don't like it as much as most of the songs on this album, don't get me wrong, but I do think it has its moments. I think the riff's fine. I think the drums are probably the standout instrument on this one, and there's some really, really good beats and like blasts and stuff like that going on. So I don't think it's a good ending song, but I think it's an okay song.
It was interesting to go back to Entities. Don't worry, people. We will come to Dawn of Reprisal and Awaken the Tides in particular. You know, to cover our Malefice history. Right, top three then. Top three.
We might be quite different on this, other than
mine are easy. It's Traitor to All You Know, Horizon Burns, and A World Deceased.
Traitor to All You Know, Horizon Burns, and there's Skies Turn Black.
There's the that's the different ones there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both got very different things out of that song, haven't we?
I really think so, yeah. Amazing. Malefice, Entities. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com, as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/GBHBL, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?